The products may change, but for every spring, these are the feminine hygiene products you need to know. Today, we are going to talk about some spring feminine hygiene tips that you need to know for now, for spring, for every spring. The products may change, but for every spring, these are the feminine hygiene products you need to know. We're following the same structure. It just makes it easier. If you've never been introduced to this structure, then grab a notebook and a pen. Might help you out in some areas. In short, my shower routines, and this is the same for anything feminine hygiene, I structure them in the way that fragrances are created and made. So, perfect example, Christian Dior's Poison Girl. This has a base note. That's what they put in first. They have a middle note. They put that in second. And then they have top notes, which is what you usually smell first upon those first few bursts of sprays. All right, got it? Get it? Good. If not, listen, meet me in the comments. It's going down. Then we can chat. Oh, yeah. In the same way with the shower routine, your base notes for a shower routine are what you bathe with. And I always start with my feminine hygiene. Some people do it the opposite. No judgment here. Do whatever works for you. What works for me is getting the feminine hygiene out the way first. I have a feminine wash here, nighttime cleansing wash from Summer's Eve. I get that out the way first because what I notice is any other time I've done it other ways before, I just decided this is going to be how I'm going to structure my shower routine from now on. Okay. And not switch. I found that whenever I tried to use the body wash first without the feminine wash, it would accidentally get in those areas, your lady parts, and then I would find that it would either have an issue, there would be an issue with pH balance, or it would just smell like the feminine wash and the body wash. But at the same time, because I started with the body wash before the feminine wash. Now, you're still going to have the same result to smell like both, but at least your lady parts, your nether regions are clean first. That's my philosophy of things. Get that area that's closed in all the time, okay? Get that clean first. Oh, and I forgot to add a disclaimer. No vulgarity here, but I am to the point. Very to the point. You'll be able to play this video and not worry about me saying some adverse, crazy, foul words. You will never catch that on this channel. Just letting you know, you're safe here. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you. All right. It still got product in, it's fine. And then that includes your body wash, whatever you shower with. Now, as far as whatever you shower with, I've been going in with Caresses Jasmine and Lavender Oil body wash. Brand new scent from their line. A couple months ago, they dropped it. Yeah, just before they rebranded everything. Again. Fun times, fun times. So, next structure is what you moisturize with. Now, I do lotions and so forth. Now, for spring, that's usually when you're out in the sun. That's usually where the weather is a bit warmer, but this is all dependent on where you are. Bit warmer, bit breezier. You know, very, very, those floral scents and sweet florals. And I'm a gourmand girl, so I strike it right in the middle. In the middle. You know, floral and sweet together in conjunction. You know, I try to marry that together. So I have gotten back into the gourmands with the florals. Like, I'm real heavy into the florals now. Like, I'm like, man. Midnight Poison. This has floral notes, but this is more gourmandish than anything. This is that gorgeous blue bottle from Christian Dior, discontinued perfume rendition. Alcohol-free, sweet essentials, not sponsored. So I go in with a perfume oil sometimes as a replacement for a lotion. That comes in handy, especially with spring now. You don't want to go too heavy on the moisturization. You don't want to go too heavy on the lotion, because you might sweat it out. You got to go sweat proof. We run on the cusp of summer. You know, a couple more weeks, we'll be in summer. Yeah, this year just started. I'm just pausing for you to get that. Yeah. Yeah. Also, clinical deodorant. Of course, I do this year round. I've just changed the scent to stress response. I think this is what I had in my stash. So that's what I'm using. Stress response. To me, it smells kind of like a sweet floral. Not gourmandish, not floral. Happy medium in the middle. You see a theme here? Yeah. And then with Poison Girl, happy medium in the middle too. Now, something about your feminine hygiene, and I'm going to say this. This is personal preference. For me, as for me, and my nether regions and my lady parts, I don't like the hair. So you use Veet underneath the arms. Nair, you want to get rid of the hair? Use the Nair. Bars. You'll catch that. If you're new here, you'll catch that. If you're not, you caught it. See what I did there? Then you're going to want to get into using or packing a feminine hygiene kit, I like to call. I also wanted to add, because I don't think at this point in the video I have put it in here, that your middle notes are what you moisturize with, your perfume oils and so forth. And then your top notes are the fragrances. That's your last step. What you put on your skin. What you finish off with. So if you finish off with the eau de perfume, that's your top note. You're essentially finishing your shower routine, which mimics the structure of a fragrance of base notes, middle notes, and top notes. Just wanted to add that and point that out because I feel like I forgot it. As part of your feminine hygiene kit, you see those things sticking out? Here's what you should have. Here's a checklist. You got your notebook out? If you don't, I'm going to give you a moment. Give you a moment. Give you a moment. Give you a moment. Hey, give you a moment. Give you a moment. Got a notebook? Or your phone with your notepad app? Okay. All right. You should have these first. I like scented, but panty liners are a must within your discreet feminine hygiene kit bag. It could be this print. It could be whatever print you like. Gold, shimmer, flowers, print, polka dots, stripes. Get you a discreet bag. They often have bags like that, makeup bags. You can use a makeup bag. Cause who looking that close? Who got something to say about it? Use a makeup bag. This is one. It's now my feminine hygiene kit and has been for years. Panty liners you should have in there. For your lighter days, whether it is your cycle or not your cycle, or just your regular days, have it. And then slide that in your purse. You should have at least 2 of every absorbency of your pads, or if you don't do pads, tampons, or if you're much like myself, you alternate between tampons and pads, then do the same thing with the tampons as well. 2 of each absorbency that you're comfortable with of the tampons, 2 of each of what you're comfortable with of the pads. So 2 regular, 2 super, and then 2 super super. If you don't like super super, then just put 2 regular, 2 super, and mimic that for tampons too. Got it? No? Rewind it back. Rewind it back. Rewind it back. I got you back. See what I did there? Bars. Next thing you should have in here, and this is optional, but I highly recommend it. Some of this stuff been in here so long, it's just like, well, it's still good because it's stored well and it stay in my purse. Deodorant suppositories. These are Island Fresh. Now they have gotten to a point for the deodorant suppositories. I'm finna explain what they're for those that don't know. Because if you don't know any better, I ain't here to judge you. I had to figure out how to do it too. I had to figure out what they was for. they've gotten innovative with these deodorant suppositories where they're scentless, they're fragrance free, and can still keep you fresh. So although you will smell like nothing like there, that's pretty much the goal. Unless you want to smell like something. And they have different fragrances. Norform is the OG of deodorant suppositories. They're the OG. Grew up with it, sticking with it. Tried and true. You find what works for you. I'm doing a whole lot of rhyming. I'm not even trying to do it. Yeah. Then I just happen to have here. Remember, anybody remember Tampax Pearl? Now they have 100% cotton in Tampax. Shout out to y'all. Thank you so very much. Not sponsored, just, you know, showing you guys some recognition. Thank you for thinking about us that don't want to use, you know, we're concerned about the materials being used to make these products that sometimes go all up in our business, and we're concerned about that. So thank you. Yeah. Random, but thank you. Tampax Pearl. These are still good. Now, let me get close for you. I'll show you this has been here for well over a year. These tampons still good. They still intact in the wrapper. So much so till the ink from the wrapping here has faded. But they're still good. They're still intact. That's how much I take seriously for my feminine hygiene kit bag. Once you put it in your purse, don't take it out until you're ready to restock it or add something else. That's it. So we got panty liners. I'm just reiterating again so you can get your checklist or your notebook. Pads, 2 in every absorbency you're comfortable with. Tampons, if you do them, 2 of every absorbency you're comfortable with. Now this I'm about to explain to you. I don't use these, which is why they're still in the wrapper. These come in the Norforms box for deodorant suppositories here in Island Escape or whatever scent. I don't know if they do this with other brands where it's fragrance free or other scents. Norforms, I know they do it. This is a applicator. This thing's so uncomfortable. If you're comfortable with the applicator come with it, that's cool. Do that. I have also heard that, and I forgot where, been a long time ago, you can insert deodorant suppositories with a tampon. Because, and what I would do is, with deodorant suppositories, you're going to have a similar feeling after inserting that, introducing that into your lady parts, your pocketbook, your purse. It's going to feel like your time of the month. Ladies, y'all know what I'm talking about. If you're not going to insert it with a tampon or the applicator, okay, after you insert it, whatever, however way is comfortable for you, put on the pad so it can catch everything, because how it freshens you up, it uses your normal body temperature to melt itself within you. And then it leaks out, expels itself. So you better have at least a panty liner, if not a pad, so it can catch it. Cause I can't tell you the number of times I have used a deodorant suppository, and I suggest it whenever you want to feel fresh. I don't suggest it every day. Whatever works for you, however often, and just to, you know, because you want to, because that's your business, literally. I can't tell you the number of times I have forgotten and used a deodorant suppository. And I'm just like, and then I feel I'm like, oh, I done forgot to put on a pad to catch that. It's going to come out clear and smelling like whatever it is, unless it's scentless and fragrance free. That's the part I love, because I'm like, okay, this is like resetting everything down there. Now, another thing for springtime. I don't like hair down there. This is legs and body. So not only the legs, down below. Make sure you're buying your proper, I want to add this too. Make sure you're buying the proper hair depilatory cream, hair remover cream, layman's terms. Make sure you're buying the proper formula at which will accompany your sensitive area. This is the sensitive one for Veet. Nair is for under the arm. If you notice, the packaging is kind of similar to deodorant, also for underarm. It is also for the bikini area, so just outside the lady parts. Don't put that in there. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Okay? Don't you do that at all. Okay? It's only designed for the outside to get rid of the hair. I personally don't like shaving, so the hair removal creams are a godsend. Hair carries the bacteria that produces the funk down below. If you're comfortable with it, hairless. If not, you want to keep the hair, keep it trimmed down low. Trim it, keep it as low cut as you possibly can, and still continue on with your feminine hygiene regimen, internally and externally. Also, what you eat matters. Try to limit, and I have a video on this, so I'm not going to rehash. Try to limit as much dairy as you possibly can. Try to limit as much fast foods as you can. I'm in practice of this because I realize cheese tastes good. Okay, dairy get to tasting good. It's not all the only thing. The problem is that it will yield a result and expel itself from your lady parts, and it doesn't always smell great. So despite you doing the external and internal work, so I want to add that as well. I think I have shared spring feminine hygiene tips you need to know for every spring. If you'd like to see more videos on feminine hygiene, including for other seasons, because I got one for summer, playlist will be here or on either side for you to enjoy. Be mindful how you sip your water, so I'm just throwing that out there. You might love you.